Welcome back, dear students. Hello on my channel. Today we are going to study the algorithms and flowcharts from the C programming concepts. And I am Professor Shraddha Prikhi from the Computer Science Department of KKWAG Arts, Commerce Science and Computer Science College, Kakasaheb Nagar, Rangad, Nasik. So let's start with your videos. So what is basically an algorithm? Today we are going to study the algorithm, basics of algorithm and the flowchart. So what is an algorithms? Algorithms are the descriptions of the procedures which terminates with the result. Algorithms is the step-by-step method of solving any problem. So basically the algorithms are the method that will represent your step-by-step logical procedure for solving any problem. It contains a simple English statements and it is difficult to show the branching and looping in the algorithm. But as compared to the flowcharts, it is less time consuming and less laborious. Then the modification in the algorithms is easy. It is easy to debug. So the basically the algorithm is what? It is a step-by-step solution for our problem or any problem solving methodology. The algorithms are first defined or first written, and it is a set of explicit and unambiguous finite set that will be carried out for the given set of initial conditions, procedure, and the corresponding output that will terminate in the finite time. Basically, the algorithm has the characteristics like input, output, definiteness, finiteness, and the effectiveness. Yes. So what are the properties of the algorithms? Algorithm have the 5 different properties. First one is finiteness. So finiteness means what? An algorithm should terminate after a finite number of steps. The definiteness, that is each step in the algorithm should be unambiguous. This means that the action specified by the step cannot be interpreted. That will explain the meaning of in the multiple ways and can be performed without any confusion. So each and every step should be a definite. That is, there should not be any ambiguity in the steps. Then the third property is an input. The algorithm must accept 0 or more inputs. And the output, the algorithm should produce at least one output. And the fifth property of the algorithm is that effectiveness. So it consists of the basic instructions that are realizable. This means that the instructions can be performed by using the given inputs in a finite amount of time. Now we will look what are the flowcharts. So the basically flowchart is what? It is a graphical or the pictorial representation of your algorithms. So each step in the process is represented by the different symbols and that contains a short description of the process step. The flowchart symbols are linked together with the arrows showing that the process flow direction. So basically what is a flowchart? It is a step-by-step diagrammatic or the pictorial representation of your logical steps to solve any given problem. So it is a visual or graphical representation of basic algorithms. There are different symbols that are used in the flowchart. So we will see one by one. First one is terminator. Terminator is what? It is an oval flowchart shape that will indicate start and end of your process. And that will be indicated by this oval shape. Then comes the process. Process is what? It is a rectangular flowchart shape that will indicate the normal flow or the normal process in the flowchart. So basic rectangular shape that will used to represent the basic process of your algorithms or your problem solving. Then comes the decision statement. Decision is the diamond flow chart shape that will indicate the branching in your process flow. And this is how the diamond shape is used for the decision making statements or any conditional settings. Then comes the connectors. Connectors are used to connect the different flowchart parts or different flowchart specific parts. It is a small labeled and circular flowchart shape that will indicate a jump in your process flow. Then comes the data. When we use a parallelogram, that will indicate your input and output for the process. When we have to accept any input and the output shown in the rectangular or the parallelogrammatic representation of this chart. Now we'll see one basic example of the algorithms and flowcharts to check the number is even or odd. So how we can check the number is even or odd? We will divide that number by 2, and if there is a remainder that is 0, then the number is even, otherwise it is odd. So how we start with the algorithm? Then the algorithm is a step-by-step representation of our problem solving. So we will in first step we will start our algorithm. In the second step we will read one number. In third step we check if the number mod 2, that is if the number is divided by 2 and the remainder is find out by the modulus sign, and if it is 0, then we will print that n is an even number. In the step 4, else if the remainder is what? 1 or any other, then we will print that n is an odd number. So the step 5 will be stop. We will got our answer in step 3 or step 4. So let's start with the flow chart. How we can convert this algorithm into a flow chart? First step, that is start. So it is represented by the oval shape, that is a start, and then read number. Read is what? Your input symbol or your data symbol. So we'll use a parallelogram for reading the number. Then comes the decision statement. Here we are checking some conditions, so we'll use a decision flow statement or the decision diagram. Here the diamond shape. If n modulus 2 is equal to 0, then it has two parts, if no and if yes. So basically, if yes, then the number is odd, and if yes, then the number is even. Okay, here will be the even number, and here will be the odd number. So if the number mod by 2 is equal to 0, then it will be a even number, and if not, then it will be a odd number, and stop. So thank you so much for today's lecture. Today we have studied the algorithms and flowchart basics and with the example. Thank you so much. Please keep watching my videos on my